All right, we're going to demonstrate seated dumbbell presses. Really simple. We've all done it. We all know it. However, like I say every single time, the intricate details is what's going to set you apart from everybody else. So I'm really a stickler with maintaining abdominal position on this. Most people you see doing this in the gym end up looking like this because they can't actually maintain a position of external rotation. So they end up coming here and trying to compensate by leaning back. So you really got to first and foremost make sure you have the appropriate amount of extra rotation in your shoulders to be able to maintain that position. Second, we're going to make sure your abdominals stay really tight so we don't end up doing this because we don't want to turn into a chest exercise. It's not wrong to do it on an incline. It's just not what we're trying to accomplish. So what we want to do, anytime you're approaching anything, whether it be for your chest or your back, you want to take your muscles through every range of motion. So if we're doing a shoulder movement, it should be completely vertical. If I want to turn it into a chest movement, then I could even just lean back 10 degrees and all of a sudden it's a chest and shoulder. So when you're training your chest and shoulders, you should actually be doing every appropriate angle all the way through this entire range. So the one that everyone neglects and why we get shoulder problems is no one ever takes it into this vertical plane, so you get strength gradients. So what we want to do is make this one as vertical as possible. So the bench is literally straight up and down. Ryan's going to slide his butt right back and really keep his abdominal engaged. Good. For a lot of you may find it easier to actually do this in a neutral position. Let's try it neutral on this one. Yeah, let's try that. Keep your elbows back a little bit. Good. Good. So a lot of you may have tight pec minors, so keeping your elbows back will be difficult. Good. Shorten your abs a little bit right there. Stop right here. Shorten the abs hard, like a good crunch. Good. That's what we need right there. So I don't even want you leaning back. There you go. I mean, you're going to have the bench there against your back, but I don't want you to shove into the bench. Good. So he should be very vertical with that. Good. And now what we're thinking about here is we're not trying to press our weight, our dumbbells to the ceiling. We're trying to actually bring our elbows together above our head. Try to really squeeze those elbows together, Ryan. Stretch, abs are tight, and squeeze those elbows together. I got you. Come down, abs tight, lock the abs down again. Good, the bottom of every single rep, we lock those abs. Let's go. 2 more, come on, push those elbows. Push those elbows. Good, lock the abs, hard. 1 more, come on. Squeeze. Good. Good. We're gonna do 1 more set of that. I want you to try a little lighter weight. So what I'm going to have you do, Ryan, is I really want you to focus on getting the front delt really short. So holding those dumbbells, I want you to think about literally doing this. Squeezing my elbows together at the top. This is irrelevant what's happened here. So the way you come here, abs are engaged, squeezing like that. So if you can imagine, my elbows move first, trying to pull the elbows together. So almost as if my hands are outside of my elbows, I'm squeezing my elbows together. Like, so a good way to think about that is if I were to do this. That. So don't even worry about the weights. Let's just do a few reps so you get the idea of the movement. So yeah, sit back. Start. Engage the abs really good. Good. Externally rotate. Exactly. Good. Sit. Squeeze. Really. So now even back here. Now squeeze your abs. Good. Feel how that's really difficult for you to get?
Sure. Yeah.
Good. That's most people. It's very difficult. That's why it's really weak back there.
Right.
Good, so we're trying to squeeze, push this together, exactly. That's why the neutral position is a little bit easier. So even way back, abs again, abs, good, right there. I want it to be uncomfortable. Good. Good, so for those of you that can't actually access this range of motion, a great way to do it is get a training partner to help you with this. So come all the way to the top, push back into my hands. Now contract your abs. Good, keep pushing back here. Really hard to do. So what we're doing is actually a 6-second isometric. Ryan's giving me as much pressure as he can, which is probably not that much, but good. So what we're trying to do there is activate these muscles and tell your nervous system, hey, it's time to actually turn this on now. So most people who get to this position, it doesn't actually happen at their shoulder joint, it happens at their spine. So most people have the ability to come to about here, and then they go like this to do the rest. So we're trying to prevent that. So we're trying to teach your body how to get to this position so you can really build those delts. Want to try that with some weights? So even if you get 6, let's do a really controlled range. Really controlled tempo. Lock this. Hard. There you go. Good. And squeezing this together. So in an ideal world, he'll get these perfectly straight. He can't do it because they won't get short enough. But in an ideal world, you guys at home. There we go. So this doesn't exist. We're squeezing those elbows. Good. Nicely controlled tempo. Let's go a 4-second concentric. 4 seconds on the way up. Keep in the right position, keep in that position. Squeeze. Good. Keep going, come on, man. Squeeze those elbows, keep them back. Abs, abs, abs. Go 2 more, let's go. Elbows back. Good, come on. Abs, abs hard, let's go. Squeeze the elbows, squeeze it hard at the top. Come all the way to the top and squeeze. All the way to the top and squeeze. Good. It's a lot harder than you think. So you get these guys, I mean, I'm just going to give it as anyone else. I'll use 150-pound dumbbells, 160-pound dumbbells on this exercise, but it'll never get to this position. That doesn't mean either way is right or wrong, like I say, but you just want to make sure at some point in your training regime, you're getting here, because it's really, really weak there. And again, it's not a matter of putting the dumbbells here because there's no resistance. It's a matter of coming to about here, where the dumbbells are slightly outside, or they hit my wrists are slightly outside of my elbows. So there's still a little bit of tension pulling you this way. We're just trying to get that really short position. How'd that feel, man?
Yeah, that's tough, man. It's, like you said, you know, you can go up to 100 plus dumbbells, but when you try to like get that full extension and bring the elbows in together, it's
because these muscles are getting really short and they're not used to that. So you're really overloading this.
Yes.
You know, as opposed to staying in your power position in the middle of the range, we're getting that really extreme range. But proportionally, this type of stuff will make you stronger in the middle because it'll give you more joint integrity. So anyone who has shoulder problems, it's a great exercise for you to balance things out. That's it. Too much? Hey, what's up? I'm Ben Pakulski. And these balloons may look kind of weird, yet they hold the secrets to getting pounds of lean muscle every week. Yeah, that's right, I said pounds, while stripping away your body fat at the same time. And the wildest part of all, this secret takes you exactly 4 minutes to do. Today you'll witness a bizarre new cutting-edge technique used by fitness pros and movie stars to pack on muscle faster than so-called muscle experts think is possible. I'm not talking about a few pounds of muscle that no one but your grandma will notice. I'm talking about head-spinning, attention-demanding muscle that puts you in a league of your own in the gym, and packing it on in far less time than most guys train, without sacrificing your lifestyle to do it. Think about it. Do you really think these skinny actors, who all of a sudden look like Greek gods, are guys like me who make their living being huge, don't have a few tricks up their sleeve? Do you think it's some magical supplement, 8 hours in the gym, like I've heard some guys claim, which is complete bullshit, or the right gear, if you know what I mean? Think again. Listen. I know guys who do these insanity bragging workouts and take stuff they give horses to gain a few measly ounces of muscle. Most of them still fail to pack it on because they haven't got a clue really how to train for maximum mass. How to trick their body into what I call hyper recovery. Have a look at these guys I've shared the secret with. This represents just a handful of my so-called guinea lion group. I can't call them pigs because they're all freaking ripped. Your recovery is rocketed through the roof. You spend half the time guys currently spend in the gym. Much more time resting and eating normal food. You'll still gain more muscle and absolutely shred your body fat. Let me repeat, I'm talking several pounds of lean muscle every single week. And it happens thanks to a style of training I'll reveal today. A protocol that's a whopping 4 minutes long. One that stimulates the production of a highly unique super recovery muscle helper cell called myosatellite cells. That really does sound alien, right? Well, it's nothing complicated. This is just the muscle building info you didn't know about until today. Look, I know you're curious, and I'll explain this all in just a few minutes, because it will forever change the way you approach weight training and how you think about dieting for good. Listen, if you've been told there's no secret to building muscle, you can only build muscle slowly, or worse than that, you can gain muscle, but you'll pack on a little bit of fat while doing it, you've been lied to. And today, I'll prove it to you. Oh, I've seen it all. I'm a pro bodybuilder, so you can imagine what I've seen guys do out of desperation and greed over precious muscle. I've seen guys train for 7 hours straight. I've seen dudes take outrageous amounts of illegal gear that would kill them in the end if they keep it up. And I've seen thousands of guys just like you, good guys who are just wanting to gain 10, 20, and maybe even 30 pounds of rock hard muscle in the right places. A bigger chest, bigger arms, cut abs, and delts that look so killer, it looks like you have to turn sideways even just to get through the door. And let's be honest, you want more attention? It's normal. Attention from women? Sure, it's gonna happen. Jealous friends in the gym? Bound to happen too. And with that attention comes respect, confidence, and the power to move through life like an alpha animal, taking charge and making shit happen, and forging a life out of iron, one that you can control, not that controls you. However, here's what I've never seen. In over 15 years of training, I've never seen anything come close to this almost alien method of gaining muscle. you'll end up totally lean with that beach-ready body you want, even though your diet barely changes. That's because this method is actually automatically burning body fat while you train. More body fat than you could ever burn by even starving yourself. And it's fast. How fast? 200% faster than traditional weight training. We're talking about adding several pounds of lean muscle every week. Not every month, every week. That's 10 pounds in less than 5 weeks, 20 pounds in 10 weeks. Really as much muscle as you desire. And here's the really incredible part. Guess what's feeding all this new muscle in your body? Your unwanted, unwelcome, downright ugly body fat. This one technique, revealed in detail within this free presentation, gives you more muscle mass faster. And it works by using your own body fat for fuel. That's right, dude. You get bigger and leaner at the same time. And that's what you really want, getting leaner as you get bigger. It makes everything look bigger and feel harder, just like these guys have done. And literally thousands of other guys I shared this one stealth technique with over the last several months. And let me save you some time. You'll never hear about this in the magazines because I've made 100% sure that everybody I shared it with kept their mouths shut. And for good reason. This unusual method of training was just reviewed and studied by a major university, and I didn't want anyone talking about their insane results until after the protocol was scientifically proven. So, while all these guys changed their body within weeks instead of months or years, without taking illegal gear of any kind, without giving up the foods they enjoy, or having a few beers with their buds, I really wasn't ready to tell the world about this muscle revolution until I had the science to back it up. Now, I'm ready. And I guarantee you better be ready to buy some new shirts because after today you'll need them. Unless you like the Hulk look and don't mind ripping out of your sleeves or just wearing tank tops everywhere you go. You better be ready for a ton of questions from strangers like, how big are your arms, man? Or I bet you can bench press a freaking house, right? And yeah, you'll have so many guys asking how you got the body you have, and you can start charging hard cash to give them the answers. And they'll pay you. Trust me, I know. Are you ready for the secret? Pay attention, because this is the only place you'll ever hear about it. And that's because I'm the guy who invented it and who put it to test in the university. It all starts here. Each of these balloons represents one of your muscle cells. These cells get bigger, you get bigger. And I bet you know that already. Now, here's what you've never heard of before. You build muscle while resting, not while at the gym. Your mission in the gym is so simple. Stimulate your muscles into growth, period. End of story. Stimulate, then go home and eat. That's what you do. You don't just lift weights. Come on, man. You know that for a fact that isn't working for you. It's the way you lift during your last 4 minutes of exercise that makes all the difference in the world. These 4 minutes create 205% more muscle gain. Fact, not theory. And these 4 minutes are the difference between looking average and looking awesome. Want proof? Have a look at this. At the heart of those results was this 4-minute technique I'm about to show you. Now, look at the guys who have been my students for the past few months. These are the results that are possible for you too. So, how does this weird 4-minute trick really work? First, it takes every cell in your muscle fibers, and just like this balloon, expands them. Normal training tears down muscle fibers and forces your body to go into crisis mode, trying like hell to repair before your next workout. However, you can expand the cell without experiencing this type of recovery crisis. In fact, that's exactly what my patented, university-proven system is called, Cell Expansion Protocol, or CEP training for short. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced, and it takes a whopping 4 minutes per exercise to automatically trigger the CEP response. So rather than ripping your fibers to shreds, you selectively stimulate. You use the 4-minute CEP training principle to force every cell and every muscle into hyper-recovery mode. Think about it. Take this balloon. This balloon represents one of your muscle cells. If you were to train the old-fashioned way, this balloon would swell up temporarily. That's the pump we all love, right? And as you know, that pump goes away. Now imagine if your pump never went away. What if you were given the key to tricking your muscle cells into expanding and expanding? And your cells recovered so quickly, it looks as though you have a constant pump. How would that feel? Orgasmic. That's how. I'm going to demonstrate on video CEP training for biceps today. So by the time this presentation ends, you'll at least be able to get started with SEP for your biceps. So keep watching, unless you enjoy having skinny arms. Now, there's a reason why this happens with SEP training and not with any other form of muscle building training, and why it cuts everyone's gym time nearly in half at the same time. It goes back to what I mentioned to you before, myosatellite cells. We've proven that stimulation of muscle tissue using SEP training dramatically increases myosatellite cell production. Myosatellite cells are made by your body to help repair muscle damage. So just think about it for a second. If you stimulate your muscles while using SEP, and SEP produces far more myosatellite cells than traditional training, that means you recover much faster. And faster recovery means faster muscle growth, because the muscle only grows during recovery. Are you getting the really big picture now? Less time in the gym, plus 4 minutes of SEP training at the end of a movement, and you get a ton more of your body's most powerful muscle recovery cells speeding to your aching body parts, blasting your recovery through the roof, and expanding the size and volume of each muscle cell. Expanding muscle cell means mass. As much mass as you want. 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 25 pounds, hell, 50 pounds if you want. It's all the same training. The only difference is the amount of food you eat. The best part of it all is that SEP training creates the muscle you desire automatically. Your body literally is forced to expand its muscle cells in response to SEP training. You give it no choice.